Then it's done. So what's up, guys? Today we're going to be reading from the NIV version of the Bible, Revelations chapter 6, which is called the Seals. Let me see if there's any other sections. Yep, just the seals. Okay, so the 7 seals from the scroll that we read about yesterday. I watched as the Lamb opened the first of the 7 seals. Then I heard one of the 4 living creatures say in a voice like thunder, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a white horse. Its rider held a bow, and he was given a crown, and he rode out as a conqueror bent on conquest. Then the Lamb opened the 2nd seal, and I heard the 2nd living creature say, "Come." Then another horse came out, a fiery red one. Its rider was given power to take peace from the earth and to make people kill each other. To him was given a large sword. Then the Lamb opened the 3rd seal. I heard the 3rd living creature say, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a black horse. Its rider was holding a pair of scales in his hand. Then I heard what sounded like a voice among the 4 living creatures saying, 2 pounds of wheat for a day's wages, and 6 pounds of barley for a day's wages, and do not damage the oil and the wine. Then the Lamb opened the 4th seal. I heard the voice of the 4th living creature say, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. Its rider was named Death, and Hades was following close behind him. They were given power over a 1/4 of the earth to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. Then he opened the 5th seal. I saw under the altar the souls of those who had been slain because of the word of God and the testimony they had maintained. They called out in a loud voice, "How long, sovereign Lord, holy and true, until you judge the inhabitants of the earth and avenge our blood?" So is that like the disciples or everyone? Because that would be kind of crazy for John to just see everyone again real quick. Then each of them was given a white robe, and they were told to wait a little longer until the full number of their fellow servants, their brothers and sisters, were killed just as they had been. I watched as he opened the 6th seal. There was a great earthquake. The sun turned black like sackcloth made of goat hair. The whole moon turned blood red, and the stars in the sky fell to earth, as figs drop from a fig tree when shaken by a strong wind. The heavens receded like a scroll being rolled up, and every mountain and island was removed from its place. Then the kings of the earth, the princes, the generals, the rich, the mighty, and everyone else, both slave and free, hid in caves and among the rocks of the mountains. They called to the mountains and the rocks, "Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of their wrath has come, and who can withstand it?" This just really makes me wonder if the people alive on earth, if we're gonna be scared when watching all of this, or if we're just gonna be like, "Oh look, it's ending." I don't know. Okay, well, let's see, my favorite part of the day, I helped. Okay, so I'm a school photographer. I mentioned that a couple times. Today I did a bunch of faculty group pictures. I went to 3 different schools, and at one of the schools they needed help recording a video that they were going to post on their Facebook, and so I helped them record that. And they had recently switched to my company from another company, and they were just they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're the best photographer we've ever worked with," and I was like, "Well, that's because you're with my company now." And then it was just cool to see how happy they were with the change. And where I saw God today was when I was trying to get to that school. It was I don't know if you could hear that, but the cat just hit the door. I had never been to the school before because it was new to us, and it was in kind of a downtown area, and they were doing construction, so I got kind of stuck. There was I was trying to show the camera. There was a 3-way stop, and I was at this point, and there was just a bunch of cones in the middle, and there was a man over here. The school was that way. I feel like I'm explaining this so horribly. Whatever. And he was just standing there at the edge of the street, and I tried to turn right because all the cones were in the middle, so I didn't really know they weren't blocking anything. And I tried to turn right, and the guy was shaking his head, and he was pointing for me to go left, and then he walked over, and I was like, "Can I go this way?" He was like, "No, that's freshly paved road, you can't drive on that." And I mean, other cars were driving on it, but I don't know what it would have done to the tires. And I was like, "Well, I don't know how to get to where I'm going," and I was kind of getting worked up and nervous. But then he gave me verbal directions, and it was just like really sweet. And I really appreciated him a lot. I really think God planted him there. So I don't know why he was just standing there, because he helped me get all turned around. And then I was like, all right, bye, thank you. And then he just like walked back to his house. So I don't know what he was doing out there, but it was awesome. Okay, well, tomorrow I'm going to go see Kane. So that's probably hopefully, my favorite part of the day is going to be. And if I had to guess, the way I see God tomorrow is in keeping me awake, because I have to leave the house at 5 in the morning tomorrow and drive an hour and a half. And I tend to fall asleep in the car about like 30 minutes into a drive, so I'm kind of scared. But God will protect me, because he always has. Okay, good night.